welcome back to another video. In this week's episode, it's going to be a little bit different. The topic is going to be very much in line with the previous topics, and if you haven't watched those videos, I'm going to link those in the cards over here. But today I want to talk about something that is very near and dear to my heart and I'm very passionate about is, are you dreaming big enough, or do you dream about the life that you want to have? It goes completely and connects completely with what I've been talking about in the previous videos with vision and purpose. So today is more of a call to action, more of a chit chat, if you will. But I really want to share some of my thoughts with you and maybe give you some questions that you can ponder as we finish out this year. I keep saying that as we get ready to finish out this year and to move into a new year, so you can really step into 2020, even finish out the remainder of 2019 strong. But just some thoughts, some nuggets that you can think about. So let's get into the rest of the video. So in my years of being an entrepreneur, which is almost 19 years now, and that has looked different over the years, but I've had the opportunity to work with men and women, hundreds of men and women, and just kind of, I have been able to really kind of see kind of how the human mind works and how everybody is alike and how we're so different. But one of the common things that I've seen, even I found in my own self, is that many times people really don't have a vision for their life, and they don't really know how to dream. And if you had a childhood like mine, you was probably never told that you can dream for anything greater than maybe a Christmas gift or a new toy that you wanted. But God wants us to expand our vision and our mindset to really put into practice, those things that He's called for us to do. He wants us to live a successful and abundant life. But sometimes in order for you to get somewhere, you have to see yourself there first in order for you to actually map out a course to get there, right? So that requires dreaming. And so what I found to be, which is very sad, I found to be a very common thing that many people don't know what it is to dream. Most of the time they take a negative connotation about it. Many times people you talk about dreaming, folks automatically assume it's some type of nightmare or something like that. But I want to share with you a different perspective. I want to encourage you today to look at dreaming as you are creating a roadmap to your future. You are actually saying, hey, these are the things that I want. This is what I desire. Because God says He will give you the desires of your heart. That these are the things that I desire, and these are the things that I dream about. And so I'm going to put these things on paper. It may not make sense to everybody else. It may seem like a long shot. It may seem extreme, but that doesn't matter. So put those things on paper. Sit down a minute where it's quiet and just let your mind run away with you and just think about all the different things that you want to accomplish, that you want to achieve, that you want to become. And it's not always geared around money. Think about what you want to do as personal growth. What do you want if you're not married? What do you want your marriage or your future husband or wife to look like or be like? What does your perfect date night looks like? All those types of things. What type of business do you want to have? And, do you want to have a business that caters to people all across the nation? Do you want to travel all across the world as a consultant, or all those things? These are dreams and visions that's very important in helping us achieve what we ideally want as an ideal lifestyle for ourselves. If you are like me, I came from a family where there are very little entrepreneurs. Well, I don't think there are any that are full-time, and this is your end-all to be-all. All your eggs are kind of in one basket. I know of some people in my family, they have dabbed in it a little bit, but they still have what I would call their secular job, if you will. But most of the time when we're thinking about dreaming, many people only talk about retirement, gaining a pension. They work 30 or 40 years on the job. Now for someone to tell you how much money you can take out and how much money you can save and how you can live for the rest of your life. But oftentimes, many times people work those 30 to 40 year jobs and really never really do what God has called them to do. They have developed and perfected a skill, but they have not necessarily utilized their gift. And this is why you see a lot of times when people retire, after working that period of time, within a few short years after them retiring, they die. because they're very unfulfilled. You see people that retire, they're bored, they don't know what to do with themselves. Either some people drink themselves to death, or some people, they sit around. I've even seen people sit around at the corner stores and, hoping that they can find someone to talk to, because really and truly their life has no purpose. Their purpose was set in with that job, and now they really don't know what to do with themselves. And I don't want that to be, I'm definitely not for myself, but I definitely don't want you to have that same outcome. So maybe you came from a family like mine, where everybody is just, you go get a job, you work, you buy a house, you buy a car, you have a family, you may have a couple of kids, you get a husband or a wife, and that's it. And beyond that, there's nothing. You have families, they don't travel, they don't go anywhere. The only time they go somewhere if they go and pile up at somebody else's house. But they're shopping and buying all these extravagant things throughout the year. But when it comes down to traveling and really enjoying yourself so you can explore this great earth, this world that God owns, you don't want to do that. So I want you not to think limited anymore. I want you to think outside of the box and expand your mind to be able to say, hey, I know this is what my mom and my dad did. I know this is what my grandmother did, but I don't want this life for myself. Maybe you don't want to get married and have children. Maybe you want to get married and don't have children. It's your life to choose the destiny that you want. So I want you to really take a moment and just sit down and think about what is it, or how is it that I want my life to look? What is it that I want to accomplish in my life? Look at your personal life, your career, your health, your spiritual life, your personal growth, your relationships with friends, your marriage, all these different areas. You need to take a look at and say, hey, this is how I envision my life. Now, I'm going to warn you, by doing this means that you may have to cut away and cut out a lot of people and a lot of things. And that's okay, because your vision should dictate your daily activities, and your vision should dictate what you're doing to fulfill the vision. So if it doesn't correlate or it doesn't support the vision, then you have to now ask yourself, is it worth me having it in my life? And that's not a bad thing. It looks bad on the surface, but I promise you it's a good thing. This is why I love teachings from people like Dr. Cindy Trim and Dr. Myles Munroe, who is no longer with us, but his work continues on even after his death. They talk so much about purpose and vision, and the pursuit is not success, is not a pursuit, but really understanding that you was created for a purpose. Many of us don't know that. Many of us really walk day to day ignorant of the fact that we was created for a specific purpose that God wants you to fulfill. And it may not be working for somebody else, but you take those skills that you learn on the corporate job and now open up your own business. And I'm not saying entrepreneurship is for everybody else, but what I'm saying is to dig a little deeper, ask yourself the hard questions, and no matter how old you are, no matter how rough life has been, you can make the shift right now to make a great impact in your life. Your vision makes you persistent. And when you know that God, who created each and every one of us, wants us to succeed, and his fail-proof system is in his word, you know that your success is guaranteed through him. So this is just a different video. I just wanted to encourage you today to really stop and think about, what is it that I want for my life for 2020? If you've been stuck doing the same thing over and over again for the last 20 or 30 years, it's time to get off the hamster wheel. It's time to get off the old track and start something different. Change will only happen when you do. You and I both have a choice to change. You must be your own chief change agent. You cannot rely on, expect somebody else to do it for you. If you do that, you will fail. This year, the remainder of this year in 2020 can be a year that you've never seen before. You can take over. You can accomplish things that you've never seen or done before, even that you've never imagined, if you take the moment just to sit down and really think about, where is it that I want to go. Don't take anybody else in consideration. Focus on you for a change. Make sure that you don't think it's a robbery, or it's wrong to put yourself first. You serve from a full cup. The overflow is for everybody else, but what's in the cup is for you. So if you like this video, please make sure you comment and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you can be notified of future uploads, and make sure you stay tuned for the next video. Thank you for watching, and I will chat with you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.